The Crippled Millionaire and the Pianist Waitress. For a whole year, billionaire Adrian Holt, once a powerful businessman, now bound to a cane after a terrible accident, could not keep a single caregiver. Some feared his sharp tongue, others simply couldn't bear his loneliness, which hung around him like a cold draft in an empty mansion. Everything changed at a charity reception. Sophia, a young waitress working extra shifts to pay for her mother's treatment, was rushing across the hall with a tray when she noticed the guests gathered around a grand piano. The hired musician had not shown up, and the organizer begged anyone who could play to step in. Sophia hesitated, her hands trembling. She hadn't touched a piano since her father died. But something in the quiet hall, maybe hope, maybe desperation, pushed her forward. She sat at the piano and began to play. The melody poured out of her like a whispered prayer. Warm, soft, familiar, yet strong enough to silence every conversation in the room. Adrian, who rarely attended social events, lifted his head sharply. The music slid into the cracks of his guarded heart, awakening memories of his mother, who used to play the same piece when he was a boy, before life became cruel. When the last note faded, Adrian stood and approached her, leaning heavily on his cane. "That piece," he said quietly. "You brought a part of my life back to me." Sophia blushed. "I'm sorry if I shouldn't have played." "You should have," he interrupted. Then, after a pause, "Would you consider working for me? Not as a servant. As someone who can help me feel alive again." She stared at him, stunned. A week later, Sophia walked into Adrian's vast but silent home, not as a waitress, but as his new companion and caregiver. She played for him every evening, filling the mansion with warmth it had forgotten. And slowly, step by shaky step, Adrian began to walk without his cane, because healing sometimes starts not with medicine, but with music.